For the election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln was running against Stephen Douglas. Douglas believed that people decide for themselves their slavery, and Lincoln believed the government should be involved. Lincoln won without Southern votes. This caused the South to break away from the Union. The Confederacy wanted the North to give up Fort Sumter. Lincoln didn't want to start the war, so he came up with a smart plan to send food to needy troops. The South fired first and bombed the fort. The North finally surrendered the fort. Many didn't know it, but this was the start of the Civil War.
Okay, kids, the Emancipation Proclamation. So the Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves in the South, but the South technically didn't have to listen to them. This was a strategy for Abe. Many slaves came to the North to join the army, and Vernon did not help out the Confederates. So this was a win-win for the North. Gettysburg was one of the bloodiest battles and the most well-known ones. It all started when Confederate soldiers were marching to meet up with Lee when they ran into John Buford's army. Buford's army took defense position and fought, but soon fell back. The South won the first day, but they knew it was not over.
On July 2nd, they were ready to fight again. The North had high ground on Little Round Top Hill, and some soldiers left their position. When the South saw the opportunity, they went for the hill, and Chamberlain, a Union colonel, led his troops to stop the Confederates. The North held off the Confederates, but the battle was still close. On the third day, Lee was positive about winning the war. For over 2 hours, the armies fired back and forth on each other. The firing stopped, so the South pressed forward when suddenly the North fired back. The South tried to flank them, but it failed. Gettysburg was a successful battle for the North. The 54th Massachusetts Infantry was the first African American infantry. Although they fought as hard as Americans, they asked for supplies, but were denied. They also asked for food and were denied. They are famous for their attack on Fort Wagner. The second battle at Fort Wagner was the well-known one. This battle included the 54th Massachusetts Infantry. The North got defeated and was known as a failure. It showed how black people could be a huge help in the war, and once Sherman took over Atlanta, he headed down through Georgia. This was the start of total war. He destroyed everything in their path, and burned everything also. By the end of his march, Georgia was destroyed.
Abraham Lincoln was at Fort Theater when he was assassinated. John Booth came from behind him and shot him in the head. Then he jumped over the railing and broke his leg. This was a tragedy for North and the South. Oh yeah,